CJ Stroud faces the scary Jets defense this Sunday. It's going to be a big test for him. And guys, welcome to Off the Gridiron, your Apollo HOU Houston Texans podcast. My name's Noah Outlaw. I'm one of your hosts as always. And as always, I'm here with Garrett Harrelson. What's up, brother?
Hey man, what's going on? How
Nothing
are
much,
you?
dude.
I'm feeling a little queasy. Is
Why is it? You nervy?
big knock on wood moment. Uh
Mm.
Fuck MetLife and their
Ooh.
turf,
Ooh,
and
yeah.
fuck inclement weather. Looks like
Hmm.
we'll have both of them on
Yeah.
Sunday.
Yeah.
Don't don't you fucking dare take
I know.
any of our guys, dude. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of
I
injuries, and I'm tired of the fucking turf, dude.
mhm. I
Pissed.
agree.
I'm getting
Um,
serious. That's wearing my fucking business jacket, dude.
Yeah, I see that. You look good. You look sharp. I'm also scared. I mean, also I'm going to be at the game, so I'm going to be sitting in the rain, getting fucking soaked. But here's the deal: it's going to be worth it for CJ Stroud to throw like 350 yards at MetLife. Now,
Ooh!
if something else happens, and it's a load of fucking bullshit, I'm going to be really upset with the rain and the weather at MetLife Stadium. But we'll see about that on Sunday. But I am sitting here on Friday morning when we're recording this
Yes.
feeling pretty
Uh,
good and feeling pretty thankful for the New England Patriots right now.
yes, time of recording right after Thursday Night Football. Not as bad as the game that we thought it would be. Actually, the outcome was great for us. The Texans are currently seventh seed
Yeah,
if the playoffs began today. We
yeah,
are in the playoffs currently, this far into the season, which is December 8th. Wild,
that's
wild things for sure. Where the wild things are is
yeah.
Houston Texans, because
The
like holy
odds
shit.
are going out of Week 14, I believe this is. The Texans could be 8-5 after Week 14. That, my friend, was not on the bingo card for any
No,
Texans fan.
no, not at all. I mean, I remember we had Cody Stutz on,
Yeah,
and we kind of did rapid fire win loss predictions. Don't even
yeah,
think about it, just go.
yeah,
And he came up with 9-8, and we were kind of like, love it, but
yeah.
ooh,
What are you talking
we're gonna
about?
fucking probably finish better than that.
Yeah,
And we just like,
absolutely.
so just not on the bingo card for this year. We kind of were like, hey, building block, we'll get there. No, we're
Hmm.
fucking. It's like, oh, we're already kind of okay. We're already there. Already
Yeah,
nice. Okay,
yeah.
that was
No,
fast. That's a fast
we
rebuild.
skipped a year. We skipped a building block year. We skipped the year where CJ Stroud was all right, was a rookie quarterback, and we go like 6-11. We skipped that year.
Yeah,
We
and we
we
just went straight into the, oh, he's a top five quarterback, and like we're in the playoffs.
we're
Oh,
a top
okay.
10 team in
We
the
just went straight
NFL,
there.
and next season we might win 13 games. Like that's kind of
Yeah,
where we're at now. We might win more. So
yeah,
shout out to everyone because that year that year always sucks. That 6-10 year that teams having rebuilds is always so boring, and I wasn't really
yeah.
looking forward to it.
It's like
But
you're in the middle of the pack with draft picks.
yeah, it's just like
It's like, I mean, well, we have our quarterback at least, so let's try to get like. I mean, we do have that, but it's like, fuck it. I mean, we're already there, so like, we don't.
yeah,
It's not like we need anything crucial on our team right now. It's just like who's the most talented guy available coming up. Which I was just talking about it yesterday with Des and Josh. I'm so ecstatic for the offseason, the draft, and free agency, because
yeah,
that's when the Texans were like, they put their fucking balls and dick on the table, and they're
yeah,
like, see the size of that, dude?
yeah,
Sign everyone, draft great players again. It's gonna be great.
yep. I
But
know.
we got business to take care of first,
Sure
and
do.
we'll get into like injury report, predictions, and maybe like what this game could mean going forward now that the Patriots are our saviors. First time I ever
Yeah,
said
and
that.
also that the Jags lost to the Bengals. It
Hmm.
kind of adds a lot of. There's a lot of interesting stuff going on
Yeah, not
when
only
it
will
comes to
we
the
like kind of
AFC
talk
South
about,
now.
yeah, well, not only will we talk about the Texans game mostly, but we'll kind of bring up the other AFC South games, because
Yeah,
it's very, very possible the Texans catch up to first place in the
yeah.
division.
Hmm.
Very possible. But
Yep.
hey Noah, Dr. Noah, you don't have your
Yo,
jacket on, but what's that injury report looking like for this Friday?
it is interesting. I'll say that. Dalton Schultz, who we missed last week, was able to practice on Wednesday. Was limited at practice. Then on Thursday, did not practice. So I don't know if that's just them slowly bringing him back into the mix, letting him get out there on Wednesday, letting him have a
Yeah,
rest day. We don't have the injury report for Friday yet. For
yeah.
today, it hasn't come out yet today, and we're recording pretty early in the morning. So we will see what that says. But right now, Schultz is kind of up in the air. He's questionable. Really, I mean, Denzel Perryman's on the injury report. Jimmy Ward has been practicing off and on this week. The main one, though, is another hit to the offensive line. George Fent hasn't practiced on Wednesday or Thursday with an injury. So we'll see. That doesn't bode
Uh,
super well for his availability this Sunday against the Jets, but we'll keep an eye on that. But this offensive line, obviously down Titus Howard, had Juice Scruggs in his first career start recently. So, the offensive line's already a little shaky. A George Fant injury would be not great. Not great.
Yeah, that's tough. Hopefully you're right about like they're just kind of easing Schultz and Jimmy Ward back in.
Yeah.
It's kind of like these guys, they're vets, especially Jimmy Ward. It's not like he needs a whole week of fucking everyday practice, full on practice. Like he gets the gist of it. So is Dalton Schultz, big man, catch football.
Yeah.
Uh, but like seeing George Fant not really practice this week is scary
Hmm.
because I mean this Jets defense, it's pretty fucking good still. The team isn't great, but the Jets defense is still very, very talented.
Yeah. I mean,
So, I
they're
mean,
a top 10 defense on paper.
yeah,
A lot
yeah,
of talent. Quentin Williams, Sauce Gardner, among a bunch of other names that are just damn good at football. And
yeah,
we've said this a couple times this year. Especially early on in the year when we were like when CJ Stroud started doing what he's doing, but we were kind of like, okay, what's like we weren't we're waiting to get like actually sold on what we were seeing. And so against the Steelers game, we were like, oh, this is his biggest test. That Jaguars game was this is his biggest test. But and obviously he proved himself through every single game this season. He's proven to be, if not the best, a top three quarterback in the league this season.
right,
And this Jets defense is nothing to scoff at. I mean, they're 4-8, but that offense is a shit show. Like you mentioned, the defense is really good. So this might actually be Stroud's biggest test after it's late in the season. He's been getting beat up. He's really gotten the shit rocked out of him the last few weeks. I mean, he's banged
yeah,
up. He was talking about it on Pat McAfee. Um, Pat asked how if he how he was feeling, and he's talking about he's like, well, everything hurts right now, but that's just kind of the point of that's how it is. No one's healthy at this point of the season, so it's a
yeah.
big test, and I'm really
Not my
excited to
baby
see
boy.
it in person. My first time watching CJ Stroud play in person. I'm very
Yeah,
excited.
no, that's gonna be. You just got to make sure your ass might have to get out there, put some fucking pads on
I
if
will,
they need
man.
you.
Yeah,
Yeah, I know you
I'll
will.
suit
I
up.
know you will. Yeah, if they look at you and they go, you fucking 6'5",
Oh,
come on out here.
yeah.
You
Let's
would
go.
you would immediately jump the fence and get down there and
No,
put
I
some
would
fucking
say
pads on.
first play out there. I'd say give me Quentin Williams. Give me Quentin
Yeah.
Williams. I'll
Yeah, no,
take it.
I mean, yeah, for sure. Uh, I mean, you just got to prove yourself right off the bat.
Yeah.
Take the bull by the horns. Real quick.
Yeah,
Um,
no, I'll be on the
Also,
plane back to Houston. I'll have a contract, and I'll be back to Houston on Monday.
yeah, man, and then also like jersey sales, a Texans jersey. It says Outlaw on the back of it.
Ooh, God,
Yeah, I mean,
I
come on,
really should have been a football player.
that
That would
just.
have
I
been
mean,
really
that
cool.
it's gonna sell like hotcakes. So hopefully
Yeah.
that happens. We don't have to do this anymore. Get out of kidding. um, Yeah, no, it's going to be something to watch. CJ Stroud versus the Jets defense, but if the Texans defense is able to perform like they did on Sunday against the
Yeah.
Broncos,
Hmm.
we probably won't have to worry about the defense that much because they'll be on the field for so fucking long. That's why the Jets defense isn't statistically better than what it is
Yeah.
because they are the Jets. They
Yeah.
just stay on the field the whole time because
Yeah.
Zach Wilson is they're abysmal. The
Yeah.
offense is
By
abysmal.
the second quarter, I mean they're worn out. I mean
Yeah,
they're like that offense just can't stay on the field, and I don't think this week's going to be any different. I mean they've had a little quarterback carousel going on this season. They've had Tim Boyle starting some games, and they released him. They released him on Monday, bro. After last game that he started, they were like, "Get out of
Well,
here."
they just, I mean, thing is,
He sucks.
eye test, you
Yeah,
just don't got it. You just
yeah.
don't got it. And it's like
hmm
we literally have other quarterbacks on our roster who can be better than you. So why
Well,
do we have
yeah.
you? You know?
And so Zach
And
Wilson's back, and there were reports early in the week that the Jets were like, "Hey, Zach, come play," and then Zach was like, "Fuck no, dude. I don't want." Like, no, I'm not
yeah,
doing that.
and Robert Saleh was like, that didn't happen, but I don't know. I could totally see little BYU Zach Wilson being like, I don't want to play no more this season. Fuck this season. I'm like, yeah, no one wants to. No one on your team wants to play this season anymore. It was DOA when Aaron fucking went out. You know,
Yeah,
I get
yeah,
it,
absolutely.
but
We knew week one that
yeah,
this Jet season was cursed. And 4-8, I mean, that sucks for them. And that's I'm a guy. If you listen to our other podcast on Play Action Takes on the same channel about the whole entire NFL, you should check it out. It's really good. I've been like a Jets supporter. I like the Jets. I like rooting for them. They've been really hard to root for this year, and I'm definitely not rooting for them this week, obviously. But Zach Wilson being back, it's just like if I was a Jets fan right now, I'd be clawing my eyes out. I would be clawing my fucking eyes out. And I know a
I mean,
couple of them here, and they are.
yeah.
They're my buddy. This my buddy Anthony is a Jets fan. I think he wants to kill
Oh,
himself
dude, you're
every
making
week.
friends. All right.
Yeah, no, dude, he's cool. But every week when I talk to him, he's like, I just don't understand. I can't watch it. I can't watch it. And that goes for both New York teams. But, you know, I'm excited to see what this defense does to Zach Wilson this week. I think Derek Stingley, who has had 4 interceptions in the past 3 weeks, I think he continues that streak. I think Zach Wilson throws at least 2 interceptions this week, but I could see this being an absolute bloodbath of that Jets offense.
Yeah, especially with seems it really seems like Will Anderson is really coming into his own.
hmm
I mean, he's getting better and better, and like against the Broncos, he passes the eye test, and everyone saw it. They're like, "Holy shit! Okay, that's the number 3 pick. All right, that is understandable." And they also see the last year's number 3 pick, Derek Stingley, and Derek Stingley is getting hyped right now.
Yeah, he
Like
is.
people are like, "Oh shit, dude." He is actually pretty locked down. Like
Yeah, I mean, as he should, especially
he's
with
physically a freak,
yeah,
and he just has great ball skills and could just. I mean, he's got great instincts. Like, yeah, no, he's a fucking problem for sure.
yeah,
So with all those guys clicking, you know, finally kind of joining stardom because they're rapidly becoming stars. Play like that. Other guys like do their role, do their job. Blake Cashman, do your job.
yeah.
Jonathan Grenard, where you been? You know, I mean, he probably doesn't show up on the stat sheet. He's been in the mix a lot, but I want to see me a Big John sack. You
He
know,
got one last week,
just
but he
did
it's
he?
true. He hasn't been doing it as much as he used to. But that's just what's going to happen with Will Anderson doing what he's doing. Um,
It's true.
Also, did you see? Speaking of Derek Stingley, did you see what CJ Stroud said about him?
Yeah, he said by far the most talented dude on the team, right?
Yeah, he said he's like the most
Yeah,
talented and athletic dude on the team, and said he's a
I mean,
generational talent.
I believe it, dude. He's like
hmm
6'3". He's 215. He's like the size of Richard Sherman running around out there, and we all know how good Richard Sherman was. I'm not saying Derek Stingley is going to be Richard Sherman, but the
Might
measurables.
be better.
All right. But yeah, no, just defense needs to really just don't allow any bullshit from
Yeah,
this is don't overthink it. The defense,
yeah,
don't overthink this, man. It's like it's Zach Wilson. You're playing against Zach Wilson. All right, you did really well against a far better offense this past Sunday. Far
yeah,
better offense.
yeah,
Like, don't overthink it. And the longer that Zach Wilson stays on the field, the more our chances of winning dwindle down.
yeah,
Because like I could just see them drive. Like I could see a low scoring game, and they score one touchdown at the end of the game to fucking win it. And it's
yeah.
like, how did that guy get open? How did Zach Wilson have that
hmm
much time on that play? Oh, we lost against the Jets, and now like our season is up in the air. So that's gonna
Yeah,
be that would be a tough pill to swallow. Just don't overthink it.
yeah. Don't
Just defense.
overthink it. I mean,
Keys of the
obviously,
game. Don't overthink it.
Well, and this offensive line, I mean, is bad. This is a bad offensive line. I mean, overall, I mean they have talent. They have Mekhi Becton, who's I mean, a fucking beast. I mean, that guy is a monster. But everyone else is fine. I mean, it's very very not good. And so our D line should have a field day with them. And then if Zach Wilson's pressured, he's not going to have any time. Zach Wilson can barely find guys that are open when he's untouched and has no pressure. When we get that pressure, I mean, it's going to be pig city. I have. There's a lot of people out there that are giving the Jets a chance. I mean, the Texans are favored by 3.5, which it was what was it 6? I think it
It
was
was like
6.5.
I think it started off 6, then it went up to 6.5, and
Yeah,
then Zach Wilson became the starter this week. Then it
yeah,
went down to 4.5, and now
yeah.
it's 3.5. So I don't know I don't know if that just goes with like our injuries and like they see our guys not practicing.
I don't.
I don't
I
know.
think. I think they're giving Zach Wilson a little too much credit. Is what I think it is, because I don't. But I mean, it should 6 was a good line for this. I mean, the Texans absolutely cover. I think the Texans win by at least 14 points. I think it's going to
Ooh,
be more around 17 points.
I think it's gonna be. We'll get into scores more,
Yeah,
later.
we'll get into
I
final
really
score
think
later.
this. I really think this is going to be kind of a gross, disgusting game. Like, uh, respectfully to God up here, I don't think he's going to have like the same dominant games he's been having all season
Yeah,
long. I think it's going to be more of like a defensive game, and maybe if we try to get a fucking run game going, which we will need to. This is going to be a rainy, disgusting game,
yeah,
and on that turf fucking, I just don't want the ball in his hands too long. I don't want the
yeah,
ball in his hands too long. Short passes, like good timing passes, get the ball off quick, run the ball, get the run game going. God, if you get the run game going, I'll French kiss you, Bobby Slowick. I'll fucking do it. I'll come on the show. I'll do it in front on camera in front of everyone.
please,
All right.
Bobby, we'll call him. Yeah,
Yeah, I will. I fucking you and you. Come on, I'm a good kisser. So
mm,
please get that run game going.
mm,
It will be so crucial for us to win that game if we get the
yeah,
run game going. Like
yeah.
if
I
it's
mean,
like if Damian Pierce and Devin Singletary are getting stuffed every single play, that means CJ Stroud is going to have to take the game in his own hands, and he's going to have the ball in his hands for a long time.
yeah,
More sacks, more chances for picks, fumbles, all that. Because this Jets defense, they create turnovers. They're really good at it.
yeah,
So fucking run game, please. Run game, please.
yeah.
Please, I'm
I mean,
begging
I
you.
I mean, I think Damian Pierce is going to have a big day. I think Damian's obviously had a slow year plus his injury, but I think this is a game where they're going to rely on him a lot. I think he's going to get a first. I don't know. I don't know why. I just have a feeling he's going to get majority of the carries. I think Singletary will get a good amount, but I think overall Pierce will get the most. And I think Pierce is going to have a good day. I think we're going to see Damian Pierce we kind of saw last year, where we were like, oh shit, we have a dude. We have a
Mm,
dude. And I think you're right. I think Bobby's going to rely on the run game a lot, and I
yeah.
think it's going to work. Obviously, with George Fant being out, we'll see. It is a good front seven there in for the on the Jets, but I think overall, I think the run game will get going. And also, I'm not worried about CJ Stroud in the rain. I don't know. I really he just doesn't. I think he'll manage. I think he'll have a fine day. I don't think maybe he's not going to throw for 350 and 3 touchdowns, but I think he could still have one of his 270, 280 days with maybe one or two, and I think he'll be very efficient. Now, what I could see happening is like I could see him throwing an interception in the rain. I
Oh,
think he
yeah.
might get one of those, which doesn't matter. I mean, he's thrown 5 on the year, and 3 of those were in one game. Well, so like that's nuts. But I don't mind him. But I could see that just the rain, ball's a little more slippery. I could see also just good players on that Jets defense. But overall, I don't think Stroud's going to have. I'm not worried about him having a below average game or below his average just because of the rain. I think he's going to be fine. And I think the
What I
Texans are going to dominantly. I think the Texans are going to handle this game very well. I don't think the
I
Jets have anything.
this it might be me just like overthinking it, obviously, because you
Mm.
it's never that easy for
Yeah,
some reason.
Hmm.
with your favorite teams. It's just like it's never that fucking easy. But one thing I do think about with the rain and the offense is not really just CJ Stroud himself. It's like the receivers. The receiver is going to have a harder time getting open if it's rainy. There's not a lot of traction on the grass on the field. Um, so that could in turn make
Yeah.
them, harder to get open. And then that means like, oh, there's no one open. I get sacked or throw a pick or something. That stuff I worry about. Like, a wet game is like no good for any kind of offense.
No.
Especially a pass heavy offense like without Tank Dell and potentially Dalton Schultz.
Yeah.
It's
I
got
mean,
like it's something. It's that the rain is really like it's something to watch out for. And
yeah.
at least we forget CJ Stroud is a rookie.
Yeah.
He hasn't played in a rainy game all year long. This is going to be like his first wet rainy game.
That's true.
And I mean,
Yeah.
he's done it in college. I'm not doubting him or anything, but I will say like if he does struggle some, I will not be surprised. I'd be like, yeah, it's against a good Jets defense in the rain when your team has injuries. That it happens. But at the end of the day, I don't worry that much. I do think the Texans just grab a dub. I mean,
Yeah.
it's like I'm not gonna overthink it. I also was just looking at the Jets' past performances or the defensive performances against like rushers. Seems like running backs really like playing against the Jets.
Yeah.
They don't do so well against the run, or they haven't been recently. So I mean,
Yeah.
I get the run game going. CJ is gonna like open up. It's gonna have the passing lanes open for him. I don't really worry that much. It's just
I don't either.
little man in that little man in my head who is saying, "Hey, you should worry."
Yeah. Also, I'm not. This game is. It's obviously important because every game at this point of the year is important um, for wins for getting into the playoffs. But this is a team that I'm not worried about. I really don't think they have a shot to beat us. Weirdly, so when it comes to the injuries, like with Schultz, when we have more important games down the stretch, I mean, we have at least some. I'd rather him just get healthy. I don't want him if he's fine to go. Like I'll be happy if he's playing, but I don't think this is a game to rush our guys back. Right? I don't think if Schultz can't go or if he needs another week on that hamstring, I will take Brevin Jordan against this team right now. I'll take in this against this 4-8 Jets team. This game is very, like you said, don't overthink it. Just go out there and do what you do. This should be
Yeah,
just go. You could go through the motions and simply just beat this team. Don't overthink it. Play Texans football. Don't go in here like, oh well, we got to beat the fucking Jets. We got to stop what they do. No, just play your style of football,
yeah,
and no one has been able to stop it for the most part. I mean, even the games we lose, we only lose by like 3.
yeah.
So I'm not worried about it.
The yeah. Guys. Don't overthink it. It's the
Yeah,
4-8 New York Jets who Zach Wilson. I mean, I was looking at his past few games. Bro, I think he's thrown like 6 touchdowns all year long.
yeah,
That's great. He's thrown 6 touchdowns, 7 interceptions all year long. Every game he started. I think he started maybe like 10 games
yeah.
or more than that. I mean, they're
Hmm.
4-8, so he started more 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 games than most, and he hasn't. He's barely. He looks like his backup numbers, man. I mean,
Yeah,
I don't want to shit on this guy, but
no,
I
fuck
mean,
him.
like, no, I mean, fuck it, way, like,
Yeah,
fucking the defense is gonna have fun. Defense
yeah,
will like do. The thing is also if you let Zach Wilson drive down the field multiple times, players only meeting. Players only fucking figure this out, dude. Because like if Zach Wilson's driving against us in the rain, what are we doing?
yeah,
Like
yeah,
that means like Tua is gonna throw 1 million against you in the playoffs, and Patrick Mahomes is gonna put up 60 on your face in the
yeah.
playoffs. So like,
No,
figure it
100%.
out, dude.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no. Which
figure it out
I
against Zach
just don't
Wilson's
think
piece.
they're gonna let anyone do that. We've played some good quarterbacks this year, and I don't really know if any of them have we're pretty good at that. I'm not worried about Zach.
Yeah.
I want to talk about the other AFC South games though.
Yeah, I was about to say before we get into final predictions, we'll bring up what's going around in the AFC South
Yes. So
and what pertains to us.
the Colts, who God, I hate them so much. Why do they keep winning games?
It's just ruining now. I'm okay now that we're in the playoff picture, like we're in the playoffs. But
Yeah,
when we weren't and the Colts were, I'm like, dude,
yeah,
that's so fucking annoying, dude. Can you let us just have something? You had
yeah,
Peyton Manning for like over a decade, and then Aaron or Andrew Luck for a little bit after that. Like,
yeah,
please, fuck off.
yeah. So the Colts play the Bengals, which the Bengals are currently favored by 2 points. Because the Bengals are a good team, they just don't have Joe Burrow anymore. But Jake Browning last week came in and was the Texans' Lord and Savior a little bit. I mean, shout
He
out
looked
Jake Browning. I mean, I said it on Play Action Takes, but if Jake Browning beats the Colts, the Jags and the Colts in back to back weeks, I will build the not the trophy, the statue for him in Cincinnati myself. Garrett
we'll
and I
build
will
it.
be there
We'll build it
building the
here in
statue.
We'll build it here in Houston. We'll
Yeah,
build it.
actually, Jake
I'll
Browning
go
can have a
outside and start
Houston
building it
statue.
on fucking Main Street. I'll go out on Main Street right now and start building that shit, dude. I'll figure
Yeah,
it out. That would be huge if you did that. That'd be
yeah.
great.
So it
Please.
doesn't seem like a game the Colts should lose theoretically. The way they've been winning, they should. This should be a good, pretty even matchup. So I'm really rooting for the Bengals here because if the Colts lose, and well, the Jags are playing the Browns, but doesn't look like Trevor is going to play. So C.J. Beathard
Is
is
that
getting the start, I
is that,
believe.
is that confirmed? Like,
I don't
just
know.
try to.
I don't know if there's more news about it. Let me see. Let me do a little research here, but I haven't heard anything about Trevor. And the report a couple days ago is that it was going to be really difficult for him to get out there. Let me
Hmm,
see. So Doug
I
Peterson
mean,
tells reporters that QB Trevor Lawrence game status will be determined by how practice goes today, and
all
answered
right. Well,
probably so when asked if he'll be a game time decision. So it looks like Trevor's going to be a game time decision.
game time
Um,
decision. That's fucked up.
I hate
Like
that.
we
We
won't
won't
even. Yeah,
know.
I fucking hate game time decisions. I
Me
get it
too.
from a medical standpoint for sure. I understand, but as a
Yeah,
fan watching, I'm like, how the fuck am I gonna know? Right, like until like I'm gonna have to sit around and think about it and be like, I don't know. I don't know how the
your
game's gonna go
your
because I don't know who's
franchise
starting.
quarterback's a game time decision. That's so
Yeah,
stressful.
it sucks, dude.
So,
So
but the Browns are
I
also
mean, it,
7-5. So the Browns are a solid team as well with a good defense, even though they're starting God knows who, Joe Flacco or PJ Walker or DTR. But
yeah,
it's very possible for the Jags to lose this game if Trevor doesn't play. Even if Trevor does play, the Browns are a good sound team. So if the Colts and the Jags lose, I believe the Texans are ahead at the top of the AFC South.
um, apparently no, they own the tiebreaker over us, which
Who
fucking
do,
sucks.
who do the Colts?
The Jaguars do. Jaguars do.
Why?
I don't know. We split it, but it's still. I looked it up. I researched it.
Weird.
Jaguars still own the tiebreaker. So if they lose and we win, they'll still be fucking in first
Okay.
place. But that
Well,
just means. I mean,
I mean,
I
so
think.
we would be tied with the Jags uh, for
But if the
first
season
place.
still ended, they would still be the
Yeah, right,
winner.
right. So, but we would still be the same record as the Jags. And next week,
Yes.
the Jags play the Ravens. So, if they lose this week, they're playing a really good Ravens team next week on Sunday Night Football. So, theoretically, the Texans who play the Titans next week have a good shot of leading the AFC South after next week.
It's
But those
possible.
two things have to happen. Obviously, the
Yeah.
Colts need to lose and the Jags need to lose. And those, so obviously, all Texans fans are going to keep a close eye on those games. Um,
Yeah.
it's going to be a stressful week of football.
Yeah. It's as a Texans fan, we're just I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to be in this
Yeah,
conversation. But at the same time, I don't want to just be in the conversation. I want to do the fucking thing, right? I want to get
yeah,
in somehow. And it doesn't even have to be like, oh, we win the division. No, I mean, if we're just firmly in those lower seeded playoff spots, like 5 through 7, if we're just firmly in those, I'm happy. I will be happy if we make the playoffs because it means we'll have a shot. CJ Stroud will put us in any game. He'll keep us in any game. So
absolutely.
just find a way to get in the playoffs, and we'll see what happens. We'll have fun.
Yeah,
But at the same time, maybe try to fucking secure a home playoff spot in the wild card. That'd be
That would
fucking.
be.
Dude, I want to try to fucking go, dude. I want to try to fucking
Ah,
go.
dog.
I want to go, dude. Oh,
Dude,
damn,
that
that sounds
Texans
awesome.
playoff game, God willing, it happens.
God willing.
God willing, but like that's gonna be stressed, dude. I'm gonna be so stressed. But
I'm gonna be a
CJ Stroud
fucking
seems
nervous
like a
wreck.
dude who win the play like that the playoffs. I think CJ Stroud is gonna be a DAWG dog.
Georgia, Georgia.
Yeah,
Just that's all you got.
Georgia.
That's all you got. One word, Georgia.
Yep.
Uh, funny. But real quick before we get into predictions, funny you say God willing. Did you see that Robert Saleh press conference where he like announced Zach Wilson starting against the Texans?
Yeah.
Well, Monday he was like, I don't know. We'll see who starts. And then when they announced Zach Wilson to start, he got up and he goes, yeah, so Zach Wilson's going to be starting this Sunday against the Texans. And then someone asked him, they said, is it just for this week or is it just for the entire, is it for a decision for the entire season? And all he said was, God willing. And I was like, he sounds like he wants to fucking, he sounds like he doesn't want to be here anymore.
No.
Like, he
Yeah.
just wants to go in the mountains and just fucking be away from cameras and media and everything. The New York
Yeah.
media like looks like it's fucking kicking his ass, dude. Go, God
Also,
willing.
this is a speaking of Sala though, this is a Shanahan tree defensive matchup.
It
D'Amico
is.
Robert Sala was the defensive coordinator before D'Amico in San
Yeah,
Francisco, and also
it
Bobby Slowick is somebody who Robert Sala has worked with in the past as well. They've all been on the same
absolutely.
team at the same time. So
Yeah, they're all on the same staff. I think
just
I don't know what Miko exact position was or Bobby Slowick's when Salah
uh,
was there, but
I think when Sala was there, I think Slowick it was definitely some sort of offensive assistant.
yeah,
But and D'Amico was a linebackers coach when
right.
Sala was there.
Okay. Yeah, no,
So
it's gonna be interesting to watch. And then
yeah,
after the game, we're gonna see CJ Stroud fucking swap jerseys with Garrett Wilson. That's gonna be fun.
that
So,
is going to be sick. Yeah.
what's your final predictions for the game? Scores, players, specific stuff, whatever.
So I think Derek Stingley gets another interception and continues his streak, which is going to be nice because I mean, like you said, he's getting a lot of attention right now, and as he deserves.
If he had 5 picks after playing only like 7 games, that's wild.
That's insane. All right, here's my prediction: Texans win 24-3.
24-3.
Yeah.
Damn. I have kind of a similar, not really similar, but I think it's going to be hard for both teams to kind of score, but the
Mhm.
Texans just do it more,
Of course.
and also the Jets don't really do it at all. So,
Yeah.
um, I'm going to say Texans 16, Jets 6,
Okay.
16-6. I mean, I think it's
Gross
like
game. That's a gross
I
game.
think it's a touchdown and a bunch of field goals. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Interesting.
it's one of those gross games coming up, and it's like
Yeah.
wasn't pretty, but we did it. We
Is
did it and we covered.
is Matt Amendola still? Where's Kaimi? Have we heard? Is he safe? Is he all right?
I think it's fuck. I don't know what's the depth chart looking like. I mean, it didn't get
I
put
don't
out
know. I just
today.
haven't heard anything. But
That would be. I mean, you're right to bring him up though. That would be enormous
let
if
me
we
see
got
if there's
Kaimi back.
anything. This is riveting content right here. Us just
Yeah, sorry. We're fucking doing research to get our research right. Uh, I'm not gonna look it up. I'm just gonna see who's getting trotted out there on Sunday. That's what I'm
yeah.
gonna do.
I don't know. It's probably going to be Matt Amendola. I feel like we would have
I
heard,
mean,
but I hope
Matt's been great. Matt's been
he
great.
has. I
So
love Matt, and I
yeah,
love Matt.
Matt's been great.
And but also in no shade to Matt, but I'm just excited for Kaimi to come back because if Kaimi didn't get hurt, who knows? Maybe we'd be sitting here at 8-4 right now.
Yeah, you never know. I mean,
And with the
that 58 yarder would have been hard for anyone,
yeah,
but
but who knows? But I hope
yeah,
Kaimi's all right and hope to see him back out there soon. But shout out Matt, thank you for everything you've been doing. You've been nails. All right, guys.
thank you.
Well, Garrett, do you have anything else?
Nah, man. Actually, I do. And you know what I'm going to be doing come game day?
What's that?
I'm gonna be drinking Zing Zang Bloody Mary mix. It's gonna be cold here in Houston watching the game, kinda 50s. We take those. So I'm gonna be drinking some Zing Zang Bloody Mary mix. I'm gonna
Oof,
be drinking the pre-made though with vodka in it. So
that
bacon
sounds
infused
so good.
flavors.
Can
Zang
you ship me one of
responsibly.
those, please? Can you ship me one?
I, can you ship out? You can ship alcohol. Yeah,
Probably.
like
I
yeah.
think
I don't know. I don't know. I don't fucking. I know. I don't know
we're
shipping
grown
laws
men.
like that. Yeah,
If they
but
you're a grown man going to send your friends some alcohol, they better not. They better let you. That's American right there.
another thing I'll absolutely be doing is ogling this Mike Tyson trading coin from Celebrity Mint.
Yep.
Uh, Go check out Celebrity Mint. Their Tyson memorabilia just launched. It's live. It's ready to go. This is legal tender. This is the Legend series with the silver and green background on Mike, and he's looking like a fucking freak because he was a freak. He was a freak athlete. So
He
the
was.
Celebrity Mint on socials. Go follow them, and also thank you, Big City Wings, Houston's Wing Joint, Apollo's Wing Joint. Um, Listen, if you really, really want to find a place to go watch a game, go to Big City Wings. They have great beer, great food, delicious appetizers, great food specials, great beer specials. Just go like millions of TVs everywhere. So if not
Yeah.
even you want to watch a Texans game, want to watch like I don't know the Titans or the rest of the AFC South games, go to Big City Wings. So
Yeah.
thank you Zing Zing, thank you Celebrity Mint, thank you Big City Wings for powering this
Yeah.
episode.
Go to big city. They're going to have all those games on that mean a lot to us Texans fans. So go check it out. All right, guys. Well, thanks so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, leave a like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Let us know you like what we're doing. Make sure you follow us on Twitter at Apollo HOU and Apollo Texans to keep up with the Texans and all other Houston sports related content. Garrett, quick. This is baseball. Where's Shohei Ohtani going?
Uh, he's going with the Giants.
Giants. All right. I'm buying into
Yeah,
this Reddit conspiracy theory that he's a Blue Jay. That's what I'm buying into.
they're a finalist, so
They
they're a
are.
finalist.
But all right, guys. Well, thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you later.
Watch Texans. Watch football.
Back in my bag and I gotta brag, I do this shit for real.